Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I hope you are all wonderful today. I hope you've all had a wonderful weekend. And yes, it's Monday. It's time to get back to it. But today we've got a fun show. We're going to be talking about live streaming, and we are going to have Jen joining us in about 10 minutes. So we had a call today, Jen and I, talking about what we wanted to talk about today. And we decided that live streaming would be something to talk about because most of us live stream or we take part in live streams. So, hello, Mike. How are you this evening? Today, Mike, we're going to be talking about live streaming, the pros and cons of live streaming, and what software each person uses. Oh, let me just fix my phone here. My screen is playing up on me, so give me a moment. We do have some minor technical difficulties, and there we go. So, exactly, Jen, who doesn't want the name on the big screen? I think that's a brilliant trailer. I really do. Hello, Pam. Wonderful to see you here. So I think with live streaming, it comes down to a big part of it is, are you an iPhone and a MacBook user, or are you like Android and a Windows PC user? And obviously, if you are a iPhone and a Mac user, then you're probably going to use Ecamm Live because it's free. From what I understand, it's free. And Rob the Timer loves it. So it's one of those. I haven't personally used it, so I can't really speak to how easy it is to use, how good it is to use. But hello, Em. How are you today? But I do know StreamYard, and I do think that StreamYard is so good, so easy to use, because just the customizability of it, having your own intro, you can have your own outro, you can have your own little banners playing along, like I've got playing along the bottom of the screen here. I can change those to whatever I want them to be. And for me personally, StreamYard is just so easy to use. It doesn't have a big learning curve. Like most people could get using StreamYard pretty quickly. It's all browser software, so there's nothing to download, which is obviously a good thing. And you don't have to have the best PC or laptop to be able to run StreamYard, because you're not relying on the computer's graphics card, because it's all done on the online. It's all browser-based streaming. I think for me, there was a time where I thought about using YouTube's own streaming, but there are limitations with that particular software. Like, if I wanted to have 2, 3, 4 people on camera with me, you can't do that with YouTube. you can have two people on camera, like myself and somebody else, but that other person would only be able to join me on camera if they were using their mobile phone as the camera, and like using their mobile phone to be joining the stream. So you can't have two people on the laptop streaming with each other on the YouTube platform. I think that is something that YouTube should be better at, because they want people using their platform. They want people watching content on their platform. They want people creating content on their platform. And if they are not making it easy, oh, Jen, I'm sure you've got lots to add. Yeah, if they're not making it, if they're not looking at what other streaming platforms are doing in terms of the options that they are giving their customers, the people who are using their software, then they're missing the beat. It's like Samsung trying to copy everything that Apple does. But YouTube are just like, no, we're okay. Well, you could stream with two people, but one of you has to have a mobile phone. That's just not good enough. And that's why a lot of people are using OBS, Ecamm, StreamYard, Riverside. There's so many different platforms available for streaming on. And YouTube is the one platform that offers virtually no additional benefits for using their software. Yeah, it's free, but that's about it. If you're a solo streamer, then yeah, you can use YouTube. That's perfectly fine. And don't get me wrong, for solo creators and for people who are doing solo live streams, YouTube probably has everything that you need, but it doesn't have the options to have group chats and have your friends on the live chat with you, on camera with you, so you can actually talk to each other in real time. Like, I can talk to the people in my live chat, that's not a problem, but that's not the same as being able to jump on camera and actually see people's faces, hear their voices, hear them laughing, and just having a face-to-face conversation. And it's something that more and more creators, I feel, are doing and will continue to be doing. You've got people watching live streams on their TV at homes, and YouTube have said that the platform is becoming more like TV. More people are watching YouTube than they are watching, say, Discovery Channel, because there's just wide range of things on YouTube. But when it comes to the streaming side of things, I think they're a little bit lacking. I also feel that there is price points to think about when it comes to picking what platform you want to use. Some platforms, most of them will offer you a free plan with some options, but not as many options as you would have if you was on a paid plan. Now, I can understand that. And, you know, if you want more options, then you do have to pay for those options. I think Riverside is one of the top platforms when it comes to streaming, but I believe that is a software that you do have to download. So you finally got your wine out of the gym. I'm just going to leave that there. I'm not going to touch that one. If you needed to go to the gym to get wine, girl, you've got problems. Yeah, as I was saying, StreamYard, the free plan on StreamYard, it lets you do like most of what I'm doing now, but it doesn't let you customize your banners. It might give you one or two basic banners, but it doesn't let you like customize things. And it's also worth looking at who is worth live streaming for. Like, what type of creators is live streaming worth paying for? If you're part of a community, live streaming is absolutely worth it. It really is. If you are a social commentator, you like cover what's trending and what's happening around the world in the news, live streaming is definitely for you. I don't know what's going on with this camera. Let me just fix it again. Oh, right, here we go. It keeps bloody pausing. Sorry about that, boys and girls. Yeah, if you've got a community, then live streaming is definitely worth doing, because the engagement that you get. Pammy, you're laughing at my technical mishaps. Yeah, I think I would as well if I was you. Yeah, when you've got a community and you're live streaming, the engagement that you get in the live chat, it's just amazing. Hello, Dana. Oh, thank you for listening. It's very much appreciated. As I was saying, I join quite a few live streams, like not necessarily on camera, but in the live chat. And my first issue is time, then budget, then tech know-how. Pam, you need anything, you let me know. I'll get you set up. I'll walk you through it step by step and get you set up. That's not a problem at all. Yeah, I join like Sally's live streams, Jen's, Laurie's. I join lots of live streams, and the fun that is to be had in the live chat. Oh yeah, Jen and the wine and the gym. She's Canadians, they've got these problems, I think. You have to go to the gym to pick up some wine. See, when I lived in Canada, you could just go to the liquor store. Times have changed. Now you have to go to the gym. I don't get that at all, but it's whatever makes you happy. Yeah, when you join somebody else's live stream in the live chat, you have so much fun. You get to meet so many new people, so many cool people who they become like deep friends, and some of them become like friends for life almost. You build real connections with them, you build more subscribers, and you find your own community. And oh god, yeah, I don't know what that Mother's Day yesterday. Mother's Day was yesterday, I think, in America and Canada, but here it's in March, so I don't understand that. When I lived in Canada, I did really enjoy Canada Day. and I think they had Family Day, where like everybody could just take the day off to go and spend time with their family, and it's actually called Family Day, and that is something that we don't have here, and we should have. The Canadians have got so much right in the world, and we could all learn lessons from that. Yeah, Pam, if you was to go live, what software do you think you would use, or would you prefer to use YouTube's own software? Let me know. The prices are roughly the same, I think, for the with the different platforms. I think Riverside is a little bit more expensive than StreamYard, and I think people have said that they've had a couple of issues with Riverside. I mean, I suppose you could have issues with every streaming platform that you want to use. It's a lot of the things when it comes to streaming that people might not realize is that you do need to have a fast, solid internet connection. Otherwise, you're going to run into problems with the lagging, and it's just not going to make for a good live stream. My first live stream, I was streaming it at 1080p, and when I watched it back, it was like so lagging. So I went in, played around with the settings a little bit, dropped it down to 720p, and it's been smooth as silk ever since. So when it gets, oh, that would be brilliant, Pam. I think you'd be really good at interviewing people. Would it be like just any people or people from a specific like niche, or would it be like only women, or what kind of? Give me an example of the type of people that you would like to interview, because I do think you'd be really good at when it comes to interviewing. I believe that one of the most important parts when it comes to interviewing people is to let the person you're interviewing talk, ask the questions, and then just let them talk. And then once they've finished, then go on to your next question. Because when you're interviewing somebody, at the end of the day, that stream is about the person you're interviewing. It's not about you. That sounds like a really good idea, Pam. Yeah, I'd definitely watch those. Absolutely. With YouTube, people want to, not all people, but there are people who want like all the spotlight to be on them. They start a YouTube channel so they can create videos and they want the spotlight to be on them. I'm not really like that. I personally, I would rather see somebody in my community doing well than like seeing myself do well, because I know that doing the content that I'm doing, I'm either going to do well or I'm going to not do so well. I don't get wrapped up in all of that. But when I see people like, for example, Jen, who was sitting at like 60 something subscribers, and then you see those subscribers growing, oh God, here's trouble. How are we, Jen?
Hey, good. I got my wine from the gym.
You got your wine from the gym. That's good. Me and Pam are very happy about that.
You know what? That was actual comic genius because it was supposed to say son. Got my son from the gym and it auto-corrected wine and I made people laugh. So that's a win-win, right?
You've definitely got problems if your autocorrect is going to wine.
Right? One day at the winery and it's labeled me, it's branded me as an alcoholic. This is water. I promise.
I think that might be the last time you go to that winery. That's going to take a little bit of time before you live that one down.
Yeah.
But how are you? What are your thoughts on live streaming?
My thoughts on live streaming is without live streaming, I'm not sure I ever would have started making videos. Because for people who haven't done it before, there are actually several steps involved in getting videos onto YouTube. You know, making a video can be nerve-wracking at first. And then you've got all of the things around making a thumbnail and making a title that's going to get clicked on. And you get totally sidetracked by lots of other creators and you second guess and self-doubt. And if you do finally upload something, you know, sometimes it can take hours to upload it. You have to make sure your settings are good. And all of that was more than enough excuses for me to not post a video for like months and months. So I started my channel last June and I made one video a month for a couple of months and I just lost it. One day I clicked on live stream and I made a 3-minute rant video in this room in a really bad place with bad lighting. And I was hooked from there. It was so much easier. So since then I've been a live stream junkie. But without the community, it's not nearly as much fun. So that's my thoughts on live streams in a nutshell.
I agree. I think when it comes to live streaming, like you said, there is almost no steps involved. You just press the button and it's all like, there's no editing to do. You don't need to like worry about anything in post-production. It's just there, and you can interact with the people watching the video in real time, which you can't do when you upload a video unless you upload it as a premiere.
Yeah.
What do you think was your biggest hurdle when it comes to when it came to uploading videos as opposed to live streams? What do you think you had the most difficulty with or the most stress about?
Right now, I'm having a bit of stress thinking, how am I going to kill my children who are purposely stomping upstairs because they're embarrassed by their mom being on YouTube.
They should be embarrassed about the mum picking up wine from the gym.
Right? They don't know about that yet.
Oh, they'll find out. They'll find out.
See, I tried really hard, Peter. In my live stream, for anyone who's interested, my live stream coming up at 6, I'm going to be talking a little bit about ADHD and the eccentricities that come with ADHD. And one of those is the inability to stop your brain from going certain places. So about 5% was listening to Peter. Negative 15 was actually comprehending what you were saying. All I was doing was visualizing myself strangling my kids.
So. I am used to that 100%. 5% listening to me sounds exactly like my wife.
That's how we stay married, Peter. 24 years this weekend.
Yeah, I'm on 14 years in September.
Oh, there you lovely.
And you learn real quick. Once you've been married for more than 5 minutes, you learn real quick the wife is in charge.
Yeah,
she might let you think you're in control, but she's the real boss in the house.
Yeah, that's the balance. You get good at it when you make them feel that they're the ones in charge. That's a skill. So Peter, your question sounded really good. Can you remember it?
My question: I've asked many questions. The question about what did you think was your biggest stress when it came to uploading videos to YouTube as opposed to just going live?
Just the number of steps, the number of times where you can make excuses not to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, with live, yes, you do still have to have a thumbnail, but for me, I've got a thumbnail saved in my Google Drive, and I have a description saved, like a preliminary description to put in before it goes live, and then I update it later. So those two steps are so short compared to making a video and then editing it and then listening to all the advice from all the gurus saying, do this, don't do that. Make it this long, make it this short, and then the ins and outs of like getting that video into the YouTube studio and then answering all of the questions. There's just so many steps there. And so the biggest hurdle, I guess, is just the sheer number, the amount of friction, the amount of risk for me to change my mind.
I think what annoys me about the gurus is how they will release like videos saying, do this and you'll be better than 90% of the creators out there, or like, do this and you'll be in the top 1% of creators. And straight away I'm like, so you're saying if I do that simple thing, I'm going to be up there with like Mr. Beast and Joe Rogan and Candace Owens?
If only that simple.
Yeah, I don't think so. So I just don't listen to the gurus. I've bought the books. Like when I first started, I bought the YouTube Secrets book by Sean Cannell, and I still haven't read it all the way through. But I've found my own way. And what I also have found is you get all these videos from the gurus saying the YouTube algorithm has changed and here's what you need to do.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, wait a minute, do you get a newsletter saying the algorithm has changed? Because it's not on the YouTube website anywhere. Like the algorithm is now processing this. There's no newsletter. There's no posts on the YouTube's site. So what is this that you're talking about? Like the algorithm has changed. How do you know that?
Yeah, it all comes into like self-confidence and like the ethics around YouTube. Like one of the things that put me off at first speaking on YouTube was people are going to log on to YouTube, people who are not sure how this whole thing works, and thinks, well, if this person is speaking on YouTube and they seem like they've got some authority, then what they're saying must be true. And I think we buy into that when people say things with such confidence. So when you listen to a creator and you like really get along with that person, they speak to the way that you think, you do tend to believe them. And I find it a little disconcerting that these people say things with such confidence, knowing that other people will take note of that and it can really impact their journey on YouTube.
I think there comes a point where those creators are not actually saying what they feel. They're just saying things to get views and to like almost like fear mongering. I mean, I could release a video tomorrow saying the YouTube algorithm is changing. I have got no idea what the YouTube algorithm is doing. But, you know, people would click on it because it's fear mongering. And the more you see it, the more you start to look at certain creators and you're like, okay, maybe you're full of shit and maybe you're not quite as authentic as you think you are. And it's a shame because there used to be like really good advice from those creators, and there still is good advice.
Yeah.
But the advice that they're giving, it's all like all the advice about optimizing thumbnails and titles, and they give that advice because it is marketable and they can build courses around that advice. But they never say you need to make content that resonates with your audience, resonates with your viewers, because you can't market that. You can't build a course around that.
And we spoke about that today, right? We spoke about like,
Yes.
where are we going with our channels? Because no one gets big, no one makes a living out of AdSense. So
No.
if you really want to make it big on YouTube and you're not willing to be a content creator niche where you're saying things which may or may not be true with authority and getting people to pay you to get that information, then how, you know, what is your vision? Are you planning on monetizing your channel? And we both agree that like that's not the vision that either of us have. So I think that makes us our thoughts on live streaming a little bit different, because we're simply thinking this is a really great way to reduce the friction to get onto YouTube, find your voice, share your message, work through your ideas. Like it's not life or death if you get your thumbnail wrong, and to just start building that community and seeing if you like it and seeing if this is where you want to go with things.
Yeah, I think Mike said he does not want to do lives because he doesn't like to read in front of people. Mike, you don't have to read anything.
Yeah.
Like I've got here, all the comments are on the screen. And like Jen said in her live stream last week, she doesn't need to read all the comments because people in the live chat can see the comments. They can read them themselves. So you could just do a live stream where you're just talking about whatever it is that you want to talk about, and maybe read one or two messages, or even just have the messages appearing on screen and acknowledge the person who sent the message. You don't need to read anything that you don't want to read.
Yeah.
And Pam's saying the best advice I would give someone starting out is don't go. My camera again. Don't go it alone. Sub to people, join communities. Well, yes, I think subbing to people is absolutely worth it, and joining communities. And the most important thing that Pam said there is commenting on people's videos, because you can subscribe to somebody, you can watch their videos, and that's great. But if you're not commenting on the videos and you're not engaging with the people, then you're not helping integrate yourself into as part of that community. And community is how you grow on YouTube. Because community are the people who come back and watch your videos. One time I had a big guru come to my live stream for some reason. I did not say his name up. Felt really bad, but afterwards it made perfect sense at the time. I freeze.
Oh, was that Rob? Was that Rob? I bet it was Rob. Because
it could be.
Dude, I see you in every one of Rob's live streams, and I've been watching them for a whole year now, just sitting in the background. And I remember seeing your name coming up back in the early days. So you got you got to tell us, was it Rob the Maritime?
I know that's how I first met Karen and joined like her community is on one of Rob's live streams. He's not had Rob stop. Rob usually tries to. What I like about Rob is the way he will just drop into a live stream without it. There's no bells and whistles, or I'm going into this live stream today. He'll just drop into and to say hello to people.
You are a guru. You're my guru.
Pam could definitely be a guru, but would you want to be a guru? Because they seem to be getting a bit of a bad rep lately, because more and more people are starting to understand that their advice just isn't accurate.
No,
it's not real. And
it's like weather forecasters, right? They're
yeah,
just guessing.
yeah, they've got no way of knowing what is. I mean, let's say, for example, just a random name, Rob from vidIQ, bald guy, blue glasses.
Yep.
Let's just say he says to create better thumbnails, you need to use bright colors to make them pop out and have arrows pointing everywhere. And that might work for some people, but that might not work. That's not going to work for every channel. If you've got a channel that's all about relaxation or meditation, you don't want thumbnails with bright colors and arrows going everywhere. It just doesn't work like that. So yeah, Pam's heartbroken that Mike never said her name in the chat. But Mike, I think you could definitely go live. What would be a good point, a good starting point for you, Mike, would be to join a live like Jen has joined this live, and then you've got somebody else who can read everything, and you can do the talking. You can say what it is you want to talk about.
Yeah, you need a big D. You need a Daryl, Mike.
Oh yes, it does need a Daryl. I don't know how he managed comes with Sally.
Get all the work done. Bring me this, bring me that, fix my light.
Yes.
That is really helpful.
YouTube loves to promote videos about YouTube. Well, that's understandable. I mean, it is their platform. They want to... Oucher Mountain Living, the one that stopped by. I've never even heard of that person.
Yeah, that probably would freak me out a little bit, because it's probably someone you admire, Mike, and someone that's in your niche. So if someone who was in like a very similar niche to me, but was doing really well, came by, I would probably get a little second guessing myself.
See, that's good to see. I do go live now because of the group of people we have, and I realize if I lose somebody because I can't read their name, so be it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. People in our community, they're not gonna like unsubscribe from you because you just didn't read one of their comments, because a lot of the times people in the live chat, they're not talking to you, like the person doing the live stream. They might just be like talking between themselves in the live chat, having fun, and that's what it's all about. Pam's watched him before, and he's really good.
Yeah, of course, because Pam knows you, Mike. So she knows who she's getting, and you not reading the comment out live is not going to change that at all, right?
Lottie is the one to punch me.
I think we know what that meant. Yeah, Laurie's good with the tough love, right?
Yeah, Lottie is very motivational. Like she could bring a dead horse back to life just with one of her videos. I mean, there's nothing that woman couldn't convince people to do.
Yeah. She needs to come and motivate my kids.
I think they just need a double shot of Calpol.
Yeah, they don't do that here. That's another UK reference.
You see, the world's going to...
I know. I should have brought some with me.
So, but Tylenol. You must have Tylenol.
Yeah, it's not the same though. I guess like something like Gravol would be like, it's like sedating, right? Yeah. When I was younger and my friends had kids and we were like going out, we would like drug their kids up with Calpol. We don't do that so much here.
Yeah, I think that should be a lot legal everywhere. You know, parents need a rest from their kids. You know, like a shot glass of Calpol. There you go. Your kids will sleep for hours.
Yeah, with us it was alcohol. Then it moved to Calpol, which is a little bit better.
Yeah, only a little bit. But have you tried any different live streaming software?
I have not, because I didn't want to invest a lot of money into this venture because I know just my personality, I tend to be all in with something and then just drop it when it gets difficult. And I was sure that I was going to do that with YouTube. But what I did was joined a few school communities and just tried to surround myself with people who are doing this too, doing YouTube as well. So like this community is great. And just being involved in that, I know I'm not ever going to give it up. So now I'm like, okay, I can invest some money. So just today, I signed up for Ecamm, the Ecamm software. And it comes 2 weeks for free. So you didn't even have to put a credit card in there for those of you who are particularly cheap like myself and don't want to commit to it. So I signed up for that, and I'm excited to try it out. One of the features I really liked was, yes, you can live stream with it, but also you can just record the video and not stream it at the same time. So for people like me who get frustrated with recording a video, you can just do like a talking head. And then as Peter mentioned, you can put the other features on there. There's lots more like screen inserts that you can put in to make it a little more interesting. So I'm looking forward to that.
You could do like things like that on StreamYard. I haven't done any of the actual like recording on StreamYard because I just record. I use my phone for all my videos and then just upload it to CapCut and do the editing there. But I think I'm the same as you. I didn't want to invest money into streaming software if I wasn't going to be like streaming on a regular basis. And after watching you and Laurie and Sally and looking at Laurie's schedule, I was like, okay, well, there's space on Monday. I'll join in on Mondays. And I don't regret it at all because it does nothing but help your channel in your watch hours, in your community engagement, in your confidence.
Yeah.
There's like just no downside to streaming, really.
Well, for me, it stopped me from making videos because it's so much easier than making a video now that I haven't got the motivation to do all of the steps of making a video.
Well, you see,
yeah, the intention is to use the video, use the live stream and edit that to make a video. That's the plan, Peter.
I don't think I could do that. I really do. I mean, I probably could with the like just being comfortable with the editing side of things, but I think it's easier for me because tomorrow I'm buying a DJI Osmo to use as a gimbal outside for like when I'm taking Coco for walks and stuff. So I can start making content outside of my studio, like when it's a nice day. So I'm getting like a DJI Osmo and a DJI mini mic. And that's just to help me make different content in different places if I'm going somewhere. And I've given myself like almost like a new bit of clarity for the channel where anything I buy related to YouTube has to cost less than £100. So there's no like paying £500-600 for fancy cameras, and like the Shure MV7 is like $450 for a microphone.
Yeah.
And I don't understand, like the microphone I'm using, I can plug it into my computer, I can plug it into my phone, and it costs like £65. So it's about shining the light on products that people who maybe can't afford to spend lots of money, or people who just don't want to spend lots of money because of the way the economy is these days. People have got less money than they used to have because they're paying more for gas, and it's just ridiculous.
Let's uplift Peter.
You want I can definitely.
Talk about the price of food or gas is depressing. Let's talk about Pam's point, because that speaks to what you were saying, right?
I didn't even see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel that the same?
I use I've got a gimbal, the DJI Osmo Pocket 7 or the 7P, which is really cool.
That's the one I'm
I've
getting
got
tomorrow.
lots of footage from outside, especially I've got a cottage up north in Cottage Country here in Ontario, and I've got tons of footage that I haven't posted yet, which will make great B-roll. So I tend to use those when I'm outdoors, and that's what I use for my kayak video as well. I use my Osmo Pocket 7, and it was great for for having the camera not shaking around when I was like moving so much. It would have been a lot worse without it.
Yeah,
So
I think.
Yeah.
And we've got the amazing Laurie joining us in the house.
Can you tell we've got like a crush on Laurie, both of us?
Oh God, yeah.
I think
Laurie's
loves Laurie so much.
Laurie is like the Messiah.
Yeah.
She's like the Master Yoda of our community.
Right. I'm sure she's got like a second channel with like 4 million subscribers, and she's just not telling us.
Oh yeah, she definitely has. Definitely.
She got the smaller channel just to make us feel better.
Yeah, she's raking in millions, and then she just does this to make us all feel better. Just to like see how the other half lives.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the DJI Osmo 7P is the one I'm getting tomorrow, so that should be here Wednesday.
Exciting. Somebody's been on Amazon, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, we're the light. We are the light. I think each person brings their own uniqueness to the community, and it doesn't matter what somebody's going through. There's always going to be somebody in the community who knows just the right things to say to help that person get past what they might be going through, which makes our community so amazing. Mike's agreeing, Laurie 100% has to be a big guru.
Yeah. See, Mike agrees, so it must be true. Mike has spoken.
What camera do I need to learn about, Laurie?
I think she means the Osmo 7P.
Oh, the Osmo 7.
It's not a camera. It's just a gimbal that you attach your phone to. Or you can attach a camera too, but it just attaches to your phone, and Peter can take it from there. I can't explain it, but I've got one.
It basically you attach your phone to the gimbal, and then you can do like a hand gesture, and the phone will start recording you, and it will, if you start moving around, the phone on the gimbal will start to move to keep you in the frame.
Yeah.
And if you're walking or even jogging, the phone stays like level. There's no bouncing around because of the 3-axis on the gimbal. And so it just gives you like much smoother content. Plus, it has a built-in tripod. See, Laurie, you need to learn the camera, because the Osmo cameras are, from what I've heard, they're supposed to be like quite good, and they can all connect with the DJI mic without needing a transmitter.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm getting the DJI. I think the DJI mic mini that I'm getting, like £23 on Amazon, little white one, because I know that can connect to my DJI. Like, I've got a gimbal, but it was one like I bought in town for like £30 and haven't got a clue how to use it. But the DJI ones, they have like lessons that teach you how to use them, and they're more reliable with the camera tracking, and you have the little fill light on there as well. So I wonder what that would be like, doing a live stream using your phone or like your camera on a gimbal, because then you could do your little walking around. You could do a live stream in your car.
You could. I think for me at this point, I want to make my live streams more interactive, and that's really difficult to do with just using YouTube. Not just bringing the comments up, but for my live streams, there are some sections that I still really want to do. Like I want to bring up like last week's viewers list just to give them kudos and thanks for joining, and just bring it up on screen instead of having to read everything. And
Oh yeah,
you know, talking about my last video, I want to bring my last video up, that kind of thing, to make it more exciting. But one thing I wanted to mention about the Osmo camera, that's something I actually really want to, that's where I want to invest in myself next. I was going to pull the trigger on Mother's Day. I was like, it's Mother's Day. I deserve a camera. But I know that I probably wouldn't use it yet. So I decided on the eCam instead.
that's
The Osmo cameras, they do a lot of the cinematic effects, so you don't have to edit as much, Laurie. So I'm not sure if you knew about that, but my friend Brandon, who's been on some of my live streams, he recommended a channel called Rustaka, Russstaka, and he records his videos on the Osmo camera. So why don't you give his channel a look? And I think you might be a little bit inspired to like take the leap and learn the camera, because it's not just a camera. It's got some really great like cinematic settings that could cut down on your editing.
Lottie says you should do it, and Amazon will probably let you pay over 6 months.
I don't like spending money. It's one of my greatest and worst habits.
Is it Rustaka?
It's Taka. So Russ, and then Taka is his last name.
Lottie, you were saying you want to make your live streams more interactive, and Lottie was saying, what about school?
Yeah. School is a whole other platform. It's a whole other time investment. And I'd really like to invest my time in YouTube first. But the great thing about school is once you've got it up and running and you've got your community, like Peter was saying, you can go into your calendar and create a Zoom link in your calendar in your school community, and then everybody can join you. So I believe it's easier to host. Is that right, Peter, from your understanding?
It's very easy to host. It's basically like you set it once, set it to repeat maybe every week, and then people who are in your school community can just click on my frigging phone. I need to sort this out. I've got my phone to like automatically time out if I'm not actually using it, and it hasn't clicked on that I'm actually using the camera, so I need to change that. Yeah, you can, anyone who's in your school community can then just click on the calendar, like the link in the calendar or the date in the calendar, and that will take them to the Zoom call where they can join. But that is only for people who are, from what I remember, it's for people who are joining the Zoom call actually on camera. So I don't know if I can't remember if it has live chat, or if you have to do that. You can like link it.
No live chat. People can put their hands up, right, and speak.
Yes.
Which we should probably start doing, so we're not talking over each other.
How can you do interactive on YouTube? It depends what type of interaction you want. Like, I could send like a link, like I did last week. Send a link like now to Lottie. She could click on the link and join us on camera. You can share your screen if you wanted to like show some editing processes, or if somebody wanted you to answer the question that required you to open up a different screen, you can do that. So what type of interaction would you be looking for, Lottie?
So Mike is saying that he's got the Insta360 gimbal.
And it's like having a cameraman. Yes. So the Insta360 and the DJI Pocket 3 are pretty much very, very similar.
Okay.
And have you heard of there's another one called the Extra Muse, which is cheaper than the DJI Pocket 3, but it's basically the exact same camera.
So I would say that I think probably the only difference is the software that's attached to the gimbal, right? So with DJI,
Yes.
all of the DJI products have a software called DJI Mimo, M-I-M-O, and all of your voice recordings, audio recordings are all automatically uploaded into that DJI software. So if you've got different brands of like microphone versus camera versus gimbal, it could get messy. So I'm sure, I don't think the Insta360 is Mimo, right?
No, because it's a completely separate company. So they're like the direct competitors to the DJI.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. I've heard a lot of good things about the Insta360 cameras. I don't know if DJI has a 360 camera like that can record like a full 360 degrees at the same time.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if that's something that I would need, to be honest. Oh, okay, that's for you, Jen.
Yeah. Wants to be more interactive, but wants to I say a lot of things. And sometimes I have to listen to myself back and I'm not even sure what I meant, but I'll try for you, Laurie. I want to be more interactive, but stay focused on YouTube. So I'm wondering if you were missing something that you can start incorporating. I think I was just referring to the functionality of Ecamm, that it would make my YouTube live streams, I guess, not interactive more. I'm not going to be able to, well, I could have people on. That's not what I was referring to. I was just referring to being able to bring in other videos onto my screen to like illustrate what I'm saying.
Oh, you can absolutely do that on Ecamm, StreamYard.
Yeah. Yeah. Instead of just me talking about them, and instead of me reading the comments. I agree with Mike in that people like to, to have their comments acknowledged at least. And with Ecamm and StreamYard, I love that you can actually put the comments on the screen. Because even after, Laurie, when you finished your live the other night and Scott and I were blathering on and Peter was in there,
oh yeah,
you put those on afterwards, and I think that's really nice. I know for me, you have to call your live stream somewhere, but just seeing your comments up there, you do feel like you're more involved in the live stream as opposed to a routine live stream where you're just looking at that person and you're just watching them speak. There's nothing else you can do.
Hey CL, how are you?
CL.
It's great to have you here. So what did you say you was going to be talking about tonight?
Tonight, I am going to be talking a little bit about what it's like living with ADHD as a content creator, like in development, like a work in progress content creator, and how it adds another layer of like complexity to it. Not just the focus and inattentive part of ADHD, which I think a lot of people struggle with, but there are some different quirks that ADHD people have that make life really difficult. And one of them I wanted to mention tonight was something called rejection sensitive dysphoria. So we perceive other people's behaviors or actions as rejection when they're probably not rejection at all. And it really sends us down like a spiral. So I wanted to talk a little bit on that because I think ADHD is very, very common, and often we don't know some of the things that we're experiencing might not seem ADHD to us, but they're all on that spectrum. And I just relate that back to why I haven't made a video in almost 2 weeks and why that's keeping me stuck.
I think sometimes we all feel maybe like we're falling behind because we haven't, maybe we used to like release 2 videos a week or 1 video a week, but
Yeah.
then life happens and we sometimes feel like we're falling a bit behind, and that is that can lead to burnout. So that's where we have to just give ourselves a lot of grace and say, I'm not falling behind, I'm where I need to be, I'm just taking time to prioritize a few other things that are going on around me at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw
So
Pam jump in and say she was familiar with RSD. Pam and I think we have a lot in common. That we don't. Pam's very good at protecting her family's privacy online. Me, not so much, but I do try to protect my family's privacy. But I think we've probably got quite a few similar struggles that we have with our family.
I think people don't understand, people who don't have ADHD
Yeah.
have problems understanding how badly it can affect people who do have it.
Yeah.
I don't have it, but my tattoo artist who does like all my tattoos and stuff, she does have ADHD, and she explains like to me little bits about what it's like. But I think it's one of those where you don't want to experience it because it'll just mess with you. It can potentially mess you up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an ongoing battle of fighting the inner narrative that's just explaining to you every moment of every day, you shouldn't have done it that way. Why are you thinking this? And trying to keep that voice in its place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of the questions that you could answer tonight, I mean, you might already have this planned, but one of the questions that I would have is, what do you do that you find helps you manage some of your ADHD symptoms that other people might not have thought of to do? So, right, I think that's a good time to call it and let you go and get ready for your live stream. Thank you very much to everybody who joined us in the chat, and thank you very much to Jen. I've put her channel on the little banner so everybody can go and subscribe. Everybody's already subscribed to Jen. But yes, I will keep my phone. See, I need to sort this out. Yes, I will catch everybody in Jen's live stream. And Jen, thank you very much for joining. And I will talk to you soon.
So much fun. We'll do it again soon.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Right. Bye. Bye, guys.